They called my husband an African booty scratcher. To anybody that felt offended by me referring to FBA as the KKK, here's what I would say about the FBA movement. It's no different than the KKK. Anybody that I've offended, I didn't mean to offend you. I don't do that. Y'all sitting in living rooms with bonnets on, causing division because you angry, trying to be accepted, no different than a gang on gang crime when you got them little boys in Chicago or any other city.
Now, what I won't do, I appreciate everybody, but what you're not going to do, and that's as far as African, they have pejorative terms for us as a group.
I want to talk to them. There are a lot of people that are just like me that are confused, generally confused about what this is.
A hard coat, knock upon your front door. When your ass attack like cancer, burn your condo down. Let my pin drop, don't hear sound.
Straight like that, we back. Let's talk about some things, folks. Let's talk about a young woman by the name of Trans Rena. Do y'all know who Trans Rena is? Trans Rena is AKA Tasha K. Yeah, man. Tasha K, young woman. Chocolate black woman. Do you dig what I'm saying? Let's do some goods while we talking. Let's do some goods. Out of Miami, Florida. You understand what I'm saying? FBA. Remember that. Supposedly. Now, one Tasha K, you will know her from another lady with sort of the same name, one Cardi B, right? From what I understand, Tasha K is now a resident of some parts of Africa, Gambia or something like this here. Because she is avoiding some tax liens, some penalties from losing her defamation case against a one Cardi B. I think she said the woman had herpes or something else. You understand me? So now she's over there in Africa. She's also married to this fella here. And that fella got some feathers ruffled at the time, because we all know Tasha K, bro. Tasha K is one of the messiest out here. She has no regard for human life. You understand what I'm saying? If it's a black celebrity human life, she has no regard for it. This is well documented and well known, right? Well, here lately, man, based off of her coverage of the last couple of stories, and the last one that I caught, I think it was the Roland Martin thing. Her and Poetic Flacco called themselves outing Roland Martin by showing a piece of footage and going through in really horrid detail. Oh.
So I was shocked when I seen those pictures, but now I'll be real, as a man, I did not know that penis got that small.
What they saw in the video. Now, I seem to remember seeing a video where Tasha K came out and said that she spoke to Roland's lawyers, and they informed her that the person that had all of this set up, that got a hold to the footage and disseminated it out to the public, that this person is a well-known scammer. He's a well-known extortionist that was successful in his efforts against a one Jamie Foxx. This is what she said in the video. But I don't, they went forward still or continued to kind of dabble in about it. But people started to get on her head about just her coverage of people and why she's so interested in bringing people down and pointing out that they felt like she had no love for the black community, because she's always trying to find the foremost voices and faces out here and put some smut on their name.
They called my husband an African booty scratcher. They said that I cannot speak on the foundational Black American movement because I'm married to a booty scratcher.
And so they had some choice words for her husband in the form of calling him a very adolescent and preschool insult, which I guess still hits, at least in this case, of an African booty scratcher. Yeah. They hit him with that 5th grade joint. I ain't heard that since like 5th grade. I ain't gonna hold you. But they hit him with that, and Tasha, felt a way about it.
Here's what I think about the FBA movement and any other movement that has to do with Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, Dr. Umar Johnson, all of these movements that y'all look up to, all these men, okay?
I will let her cook on where she is right now, where she is. If these are 3 representatives of something y'all got going on, it's not looking good for you. Jay Pharaoh, outside of hearing his name a couple of times, I'm not aware of this guy outside of this most recent video.
Peace, family. It's your boy, Young Pharaoh, aka Lil Feed, the Holy Ghost, and this is serious. Seriously, I'm out at Chipotle right now with them stingers on. Swag, brother. It is what it is. I'm in Detroit. What's up? I'm getting ready to go back to the crib, stream on Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you stream on Star Wars Battlefront 2, pop on, and pop off. Because that's what's about to happen. And with that being said, I see y'all there. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. It's the Holy Ghost. Bro.
Which is a horrible look. You know, he may have been doing a lot of good talking for the community and the furtherance of the FBA cause. But I see absolutely no reason, no cause to come out with a video like that. So that does something to your credibility, in my mind. All right? Going forward, Brother Polite. Another horrible example. He used to put on some lively debates on Satinetta TV and speaking of Satinetta, I just seen my boy. That'll be sidetracking. He used to be on Satinetta TV. I used to watch some of the debates, but then it came out that one Brother Polite was involved in some untoward activity with some underage or a underage female, and he is now in prison. I'm letting her cook. Thirdly, Umar Johnson. Now, we all know the drama around Umar and this Martin Luther King Seminary, Episcopal Academy of the Fine Black Liberal Arts, or whatever in the hell it's called, Marcus Garvey Academy, University, Tuskegee, something like that, man. We know that, from what I'm understanding, that school is not open yet. You know what I mean? And it's been 10, 15, 20 years in the making, something or other. So he's got his own demons, his own skeletons in the closet. So I'll let her cook right now that any movement that is being led by either these three individuals or all at the same time, however y'all doing it, is not a great look.
That, I guess, guides you to help elevate your consciousness. Here's what I would say about the FBA movement. It's no different than the KKK. Meant to divide. Meant to separate you, to isolate you. To have you looking at other races that look like you and hating them for no reason. That is the same foundation and principles that the Ku Klux Klan build themselves on.
I cannot let her cook, however, on that statement. Okay, ma'am, Transarena, let's call spades spades and let's speak on facts. You understand what I'm saying? That's straight like that. The KKK, I will give you, ma'am, that a part of their ideology is that they think that the purity of the white race is above all, is to be upheld utmostly. You dig what I'm saying? You're right there. But the difference in the FBAs or any other group that I can understand in the history of time, they are not actively into murdering and maiming and disenfranchising the people that they deem below them or outside of their group. Huh? That's what the KKK was widely responsible for when they at their formation. And these days, if they can get away with it, it still happens. Go and check Mississippi, I beg of you. So, you know, that kind of statement, and she got some more she about to get into, but I can't let her cook right there. Those are not the same. We do not, and I can't even say we as though I'm an FBA. I was born in America. I've been here. I've got stories and anecdotes, and I'll get to them a little later on in this thing, about what I see as the difference in Black Americans and immigrant Black people and how they come in, how they act, and how they rock and all of that. But it's not that we want to do something to these people or anything like that, but we scope out the differences and we're ready to call them on it, and we're not afraid of losing any allies because as a Black American, as an FBA, we've come to realize over the years that we have no allies.
Which is protecting their whiteness, their pureness. Not knowing that they are not pure. It's a lie. And I don't get involved in these types of conversations because it's ridiculous. And it's very unintelligent to talk about, to even speak on, that I would deny my own children, my own grandfather, my own mother, just to protect what? A movement? Y'all don't put food on my plate? Y'all don't pay none of my bills? Y'all sitting in living rooms with bonnets on, causing division because you angry, trying to be accepted, no different than a gang on gang crime when you got them little boys in Chicago or any other city taking each other out over what? Just because you look different?
And therein lies the rub. The devil is in the details, as they say. Because from what I understand, Tasha K is a MAGA. And she let it seep out of her pores there at the end. So every black woman that disagrees with her, or is not like her, is just a bonnet wearing, fat, ugly, wanting to be accepted. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Welfare queen. You know what I'm saying? EBT princess. Every black person in America is guilty of condoning the violence in Chicago. There are 50 states, plenty of cities, plenty of examples of black men waking up every day, going to work, going to school, coming back home, feeding their kids, going to sleep, wake up, repeat the process. But if you watch a Fox News of the world, that's what they present as the caricature of the young black male. And that's what she just hit on. Oh, why y'all ain't worried about the Chicago? Y'all want to, hey, what's the difference in, what did that even have? It was just right-wing coded. You dig what I'm saying? And no one is telling Tasha to disown any of her people. The people spoke on her coverage of people in the diaspora and how it skewed and how they felt like that lent itself to them having an outlook that Tasha K really has a disdain, for black Americans. The husband of hers, I don't think she married him in Miami. If she married him in Africa, then hell, what choice did she have other than to marry an African? You dig what I'm saying? I don't know how much that defines how she feels. But again, her coverage, her show, her main line of content will lend itself to saying that. You know what I mean? And in one of the few times, I don't know, I don't watch all of her show a lot, so I don't know if she's prone to go into the chat and talk to her people and see, but I guess she's got a call-in show, so it's a fairly frequent part of her reactions, you know what I'm saying, her content. But a couple of her callers most certainly had to get her together.
You think that I'm attacking you or whatever, and no, but I will say this, it's not divisive, you just haven't met all of us. Now, what I won't do, I appreciate everybody, but what you're not going to do, and that's as far as African, they have pejorative terms for us as a group.
That's
we
right.
have been known as an Akata, a Jank, a Yankee, all these things, and that has been over the years, even in the 60s, 70s, and before that.
Yep.
A person who ran across that border today and anchored themselves here by the 14th Amendment that was meant for the babies of slaves is not the same. That is a melanated immigrant. Everybody originated from Africa. Let's understand that, everybody, including white people. But if it's divisive for some FBA to label their lineage, then it's just as divisive when nobody says anything about, oh, they're Bahamian American or they're Caribbean American. Boom. It's not the same thing. There is a difference. We all were enslaved, but there is a difference from us and a boat stop. And that's only offensive because we're telling the truth. For years, a lot of these people, not all, because I don't classify all, even though you're sitting here classifying all FBA as the same, no ma'am. All of us are not. But what they're not going to do is sit up here and disrespect us. And I hear you saying that some FBA can be disrespectful to Africans. I will admit that. But I haven't heard you once say, because you labeling all of us, that some of them call us a Jareer, an Akata, cotton picker, all these things. Let's be clear. Your boat stop, we all have a boat stop. That's damn true. That's very true. But you left your boat stop to come to this boat stop. We had an ethnogenesis. We are different. If it's not wrong for someone to label themselves as Caribbean American and they left their boat stop or their parents came here and anchored them here with that 14th Amendment, it's not divisive.
And there you have it. And I know y'all heard a voice while that video was going. That's a guy. I won't say his name. You probably know him if you're seeing him on the screen, depending on how I edit this thing. But, the most I'll say about Cuz, I most certainly do not appreciate how much of a glazer he is of Corey Holcomb. Man, he got to work for Corey. You dig what I'm saying? But moving on. The lady is basically telling Tasha, for you to try and be mad at Foundation of Black Americans for, defining and having a definition for their group. It's just hypocrisy at its finest. Now, these names, the Sakata and the Jareers and all of that, I've never been called that. I've never really had, never and really had, I hadn't had that many experiences or that many interactions with African people, immigrant people, for them to even, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been called a slur by too many Americans. So I don't envision some immigrant having the gall, the unmitigated gall, in the words of Stephen A. Smith, to do it. But as far as like an anecdotal story or something I can say that I've experienced, some years back, out in a place called Clarkston, Georgia, Brockett Road, in that area. Shout out to the folks that know about that. I was working at a tire shop, and beside the tire shop was an Eritrean eatery, right? One day, me and one of the homies, we were standing out there talking to two Eritrean girls. For those of you who have had the spectacular experience of, you know, being in the midst of an Eritrean girl or seeing them, just seeing them, you will know what I'm talking about. Some of the baddest on earth, you heard me? So me and Cuz out there talking to a couple of the girls. Cars passing by like a regular day. This one car passes by, comes back, stops. Two guys get out, talks to the girl in the Eritrean. They go over to the guys, talk to them for a minute. The girls come back, they pull off. We ask them what's going on, what's up. And basically, she said that those guys were also from Eritrea, Africa, whatever. And they saw them and saw that we were obviously American black dudes. And they pulled up on them and asked them, why were they talking to us? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what could they be interested in that we had to talk about? And I guess they saw that it wasn't just a conversation about food. Like, we was kind of pulled up on them, you know what I'm saying? And so they were like, you know, before we come here, man, they take you in a room and they basically show you a video and they basically tell you your whole life. When you go to America, do not mess with the American black man. He just wants to get you pregnant and mooch off your money. Do not have a baby by the American lady because she just wants to get pregnant and sit around and be lazy. Like, they say that they actively tell them that before they come to America. I don't know how true it is. I hadn't been through that process, but I think it's plenty other people out here with stories. And when you see that the way that they generally act, man, from what I understand, I looked into the percentages, and it said that immigrants, black immigrants that come to America tend to lean like 30% more conservative. Whereas American black people tend to be like 10%, you know what I'm saying? When you tend to see one of them talking on TV, you know what I'm saying, outside of athletes, but some of them have kind of put their foot in their mouth. You know, they tend to come out of their mouth in a way that sounds like they think that they're more capable and more hardworking than the average black American. And bro, that is most certainly not true. You know, the thing that pisses black American people off is the just unacknowledgement of the reasoning behind black, Africans, Mexicans, Chinese people, anybody you can name. The reason that you can come to America and enjoy what we have to offer is on the back of the rights that we fought for to give us, because they treated us like immigrants even though we were here from its inception. This is the thing we get pissed off about. And then you come over here on a work visa or, you know, a school, what would you call it, man? Like some type of a funding program, you know, the foreign exchange student type of status, which, like I said, when you come in as an immigrant, bro, there's a couple of different ways you can come in. There's a lot of different visa cards, visa with money on it. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay it back in a certain amount of time, do a certain thing with it. No one's given a visa card when you're born in America. But people will come over here, and whatever means they get to have when they get here, and then they get to take advantage of the system that we've created, and then they want to look around to the neighborhoods or the people, the examples they see, and they want to act like, what the hell wrong with y'all, man? Why y'all ain't get to be doctors and stuff like us? And it's like, bro, for us to even have to explain to you the entire system, for one, is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? For you to know or not acknowledge that there's a system in place and just act like y'all pulled yourself up by the bootstraps and came over here and got it popping, that's what people not having. So you know, that's what she's that's really where the angst in that whole conversation comes from, man. Now, like I said, the people that represent that on online every day, it's kind of like a line of work at this point. I don't think it's a real conversation out here in the world. I don't think black people really care for the conversation of, like, you know, alienating allies, because I think being in America, bro, your whole life, we've come to find out we don't have any allies. We don't actively try to go out and harm people and push them away from the movement, but it's so easy for a person to not take the movement seriously because they don't know what it is. It's easy for us to be like, you know what, bro, just F you and your group, you know what I mean, get out of here. If you ain't gonna play by the rules, we're not gonna appease you, you know what I'm saying? We don't need you, we'll take on the fight however we got to take it on, you know what I'm saying? We'll throw without you. So that's where it comes from. And it seems to have kind of hit home with Tasha because she comes out basically apologizing for the whole thing.
To anybody that felt offended by me referring to FBA as the KKK, to anybody that I've offended, I didn't mean to offend you. I don't do that. I want any and everybody to be up in here having a good time. Lately, on social media, given the Nolan Wells situation, I mean, just any and everything that has to do with our culture, our people, blacks as a whole, for some reason, I have been dragged into these conversations.
Now, she says for some reason. I suspect that Tasha knows exactly what the reason is that she was dragged into these conversations. Now, I don't watch her show ever. I catch clips of it like on Twitter. So I don't know what she may have said. If I'm just going with the Tasha K that I do know, it was probably something around why y'all so quick. The Brandon Tatum approach. You understand what I'm saying? But again, come on, Tasha. Don't act like you just out here doing God's work and people just hating on you, baby. Chill out now, Trans.
So yesterday's show, you know, had me fired up because to refer to my family, and I get it, everybody has, they say any and everything about my family. But to see, I guess, them say that I don't somehow care about my people because I married an African man. To refer to me and my platform or my husband as booty scratcher. Now, he laughed about it. It's fine. But for me, I don't know, that hit different because I got a son. And to see our own black people, like, that's cool. That's cool. So here's the thing. And everybody's entitled. But here's the thing. I didn't have to react that way because at the end of the day, when I get up here, whether I make $1 or not, and I was unmonetized on this platform for a long time. To anybody that felt offended by me referring to FBA as the KKK, I wholeheartedly apologize. All I saw was divisiveness, and I saw a group of people attacking me, attacking my family. So I attacked back. So I'm grateful to my winos that are on the app that are educating me, that are emailing me, that are apologizing for, I guess, the few bad actors that are out there. But when you do Google it, that's all that comes up. Divisiveness.
First of all, Tasha, I advise you don't Google FBA. Google is going to aggregate internet terminology and internet memes and, you know what I mean, things that people throw in there to throw off the movement. You shouldn't have to Google what foundational Black American is. Like, come on, Shawty. Like, and you're going to go with the Google definition. You're a black person. Like, you're from Miami. You had to go look up what being from Miami meant. Like, come on, man. What are we doing right here? You see a whole bunch of people attacking you and people apologizing for some bad actors. So see, this is that backhanded apology shit folks be talking about. Because you're apologizing, but at the same time, you're basically saying, well, you know, some people, it was their fault. Like, come on, Tasha, man. We got to have more accountability. Now, I know I'm talking to a female, and that word accountability, they gonna miss each other like this. I'm understanding, bro. My bad.
I don't know who's representing y'all's lineage or our lineage because, you know, I'm from America. I was born here. My mom was born here. One thing that bothers me is when I see black on black, like, racism. I'm completely ignorant when it comes to this movement. I just know how I felt when I was attacked, when my family was attacked, and I decided to just, here we go. I will lend my platform on Sunday. I want the people that y'all listen to, if they are true educators in this FBA lineage, I want to talk to them. There are a lot of people that are just like me that are confused, generally confused about what this is. Please email me, unwindwithtasha@gmail.com. Let me know who are your teachers when it comes to the FBA lineage. If it's a great thing, I would love to open up my platform to educate more about it.
And here again is where we lose the plot. Tasha K, Transarena. If you are ignorant on a particular topic, you know what the pertinent thing to do is? Not speak on it. Most certainly not come out strongly worded about it. You know what you should have done? If you had such a problem with this movement and you were so open to hearing the voices that were proponents of it, you should have opened your show up on the previous Sunday before you came out with your comments. That would have been the smart way to go about this thing. You know what I'm saying? And if you're ignorant, allow me to try to clean it up for you if you catch this show before Sunday comes, because it's not Sunday yet. There's nothing to be confused about. There was a transatlantic slave trade. We understand that. Never mind the white people that's going to come in talking about, well, you know, they were selling slaves to each other. When a particular tribe lost the war, your people became slaves. That was the collateral damage. They were not selling those slaves or transporting those slaves across waters to other countries to work for other people. Let's get that. Do not talk to me about the white people that were enslaved. That was indentured servitude for 47 years. They would complete their sentence, EOS, and go out into the regular world. Meanwhile, for a couple of 100 years or so, black people were slaves working for free. Let's not let that be lost in the conversation. So, the black people that were the grandparents, the granddaughters, the daughters, the sons, the nieces and nephews of those people that have been here, that have dealt with the system that has been in place and still working its hands to this day, but found a way to work through it, and civil rights movements and getting through Jim Crow and segregation laws and the red linings of it all, to be where we are today and create an environment to where anybody that comes into America that white people view as black, whether you're black or not, right? So that they can come in and enjoy the spoils of what America has to offer. And they get here and act as though they got it of their own accord. They pay no respect to the people that have fought and died for those rights. That's the struggle. That's the delineation. That's the fight. And again, it's not even a real world fight because it's pretty simple to understand. Pay homage. Nobody wants you to build a shrine to black people, but quit shitting on black people as if y'all are better than us or you're more hardworking, when we view it as though if you were as hardworking and as 10 toes down as us, you would be making a change in your own country. So then people come over there and visit y'all. But that's not what's happening. You come into America and won't act like you've been a part of the fight the whole time, when the people actually were doing the fight. You act like they're just lazy laying at home. Well, maybe because they fought for a long time and they've afforded themselves the ability to lay around and chill after a very long fight. You understand what I'm saying? Now, every country had their own little deals, but I don't think any one of them had the struggle that American had, black Americans had, with the system that was set up in America to basically destroy us and to keep getting bigger, faster, and stronger and more excellent as we go. I think it is something to behold. So when people try to shit on that, bro, you know what I mean? It has to be called out. So I'm sure Tasha understands what it is, but maybe her panel on Sunday will open her eyes and ears to what's really going on. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this conversation, man. And until then, it's been straight like that. I'm out.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. The Jack Travis, Lord Dungeon Dragon.